arrived for our little holiday in Ireland in Bristol Airport 2.5 hours before the flight, which is a bit early. And we joined the queue at the desk where there was a nice lady checking people in. And as soon as we got to the front of the queue, she buggered off, went through a hole in the wall. So we decided, since we were the only, and another couple were the only ones left in the queue, we decided to come and have a cup of coffee.
Are you going to enjoy this little holiday in Ireland? Are you looking forward to it?
I'm looking forward to my little holiday in Ireland, I think.
Good. And it's not going to rain?
Oh, it'll rain. It always does in Ireland.
Let you occupy your allocated seat for takeoff and again for landing.
Are you excited? Are you excited about this trip to where are we going?
Yeah,
Cork, Irish Island.
I'm ecstatic.
I thought you would be. What's happening with the weather?
It's raining.
And do you estimate that it will continue to rain?
It'll be sunny when we get there all week.
Oh yes, I'm sure you're right. This is at Shock Highness. Sitting here in the sun.
In the sun.
Close
That's
to the
the only
estuary.
thing.
And what have we ordered?
Oh, Murphy's, of course.
We arrived at the Celtic Ross Hotel. I've got my Murphy's. It's the first glass of Murphy's I've had since 1989. And it tastes just as good as it did then. Nice big room overlooking the estuary. Ines could see the sea if she stands on a chair.
We're going to Clonakilty, birthplace of the Irish hero Michael Collins, before we reach the village of Timoleague, where the ruins of the 13th century abbey stand proudly at the water's edge. The abbey is one of the very few early Franciscan foundations with extensive remains.
There's Ines about to mount the sacrificial altar.
We'll continue to the attractive harbour town of Kinsale, maze of narrow streets lined with galleries and shops, and a 17th century fort. It doesn't mention the marina, which I know there's a big marina at Kinsale.
Dinghy park here, and their own yacht club marina. And did they not have the half-ton cup there as well last year or the year before?
I think so.
This is the terrace of the Kinsale Yacht Club, where we stopped for our first day's bus trip in Kinsale. And we were looking for somewhere to luncheon.
Of course, we had to gravitate to the Yacht Club and boats.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah.
It is a splendid place.
I'm sure there's loads to see here, but anyway.
And they do have their own marina, which is clearly the answer to all yachting things. Saves an awful lot of anguish about the income. And I'm consuming my second glass of Murphy's.
On a 17th century fort.
It was used by the British Army later and was actually used as an army barracks for about 200 years. And then it was handed over to the Free State in 1921. So enjoy it, if for nothing else, for the view. Lots of people here, Billy.
We're reported to be in King Charles Fort. You can see the battlements behind me. This is protecting the entrance to Kinsale. The lighthouse is just there, which you can see in a second. And Iris is just behind me, shooting me what I'm saying now.
Jack, determined to get lost. We have to be back at the bus in 5 minutes.
Lovely, isn't it? I love trains, don't matter what size they are.
After the battle, Tyke's body was dragged 2 miles from Shannonvale and was left hanging outside the market house for several days as a warning to other rebels not to follow suit. The 6-foot 3-inch statue was erected in 1898.
Is that exciting, Agnes? Really, really good, eh?
For you,
You know all about Clotherkilty now.
Yeah.
Back at the ranch, we were treated to not quite Irish music entertainment.
And went back to the wild side of life.
Where are we off, Agnes?
We're off on the Ring of Kerry. We're going to be out all day. We think across here, then all the way around.
See the gorgeous old graveyard on your right.
Here. Well, maybe.
Will be on your right.
This is Bantry Bay. There's only Bantry Harbour there.
Quite well off, way back, maybe 300 years ago. And you can see it in the architecture of the buildings as we go through.
To Molly's Tea Room after an hour and a half's drive through beautiful countryside. We're now in County Kerry.
It's a bit like the TARDIS, this place.
It's lovely. Got a really nice jumper. No, Jack's bought a really nice jumper.
And it really hurts him
And we'll
too.
be coming along to a world famous viewing point called the Ladies View, which is the view from the Killarney National Park down onto the 3 lakes.
Which lake is at which level? We're supposed to see 3 levels, aren't we?
Well, I do have a map. That might help us.
No, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's your camera will your camera show it?
Oh, yes. Halfway around the Ring of Kerry, stopped for lunch, and there we found a statue of Charlie Chaplin. A kid Irish pub. What have you bought now?
I bought a tin whistle for Jack and an instruction book.
Do you think you'll be able to play it?
I don't know. Maybe. He may be able to play along with me. What is it?
We've no idea. Everything's written in Irish. Oh, is it? Just to baffle you. No, I don't. Me?
Sundial, yeah, worked it out now. She's clever.
It's between 1 and 2 on there. It's on GMT, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Yeah. Dead right. It's dead right then. It's right.
So sundown. That's fine. How long is it since you came to Sheen last?
Slim. About 28 years.
And did you actually visit this bar?
I can't remember.
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
Has it changed?
Close to the bridge, I guess. We're going to go and have a look at the water in a minute. Out over the bridge, and then we've got to get back on the bus. I'm afraid.
Just got time. Sheen River Bridge. We've just done the Ring of Kerry, which is a circular drive of about
110 kilometres.
which is about 80 or 90 miles. It's quite a long drive, but it's nice coastal scenery, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been beautiful, yes.
And Ines remembers it well from when she did an exploratory
Some of it.
voyage by
Bits of it.
yacht
Bits
some
of it.
years ago.
Bits of it.
And we've consumed a half of
Murphy's.
the Murphys each.
And now we're on our way back to the hotel. And the day's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see a lovely red Rhodo there.
Yeah.
The place is covered in purple Rhodo, which seem to be growing wild. Where are we for today, Agnes?
We're off to Cork for the whole day. We're going to Cork City Centre this morning and then Cobb this afternoon. So it should be an interesting day. It looks like being better weather than it is at the moment. So yeah, looking forward to that.
It's very noisy. We're in a park opposite the English market in Cork, County Cork, Ireland.
We've only just arrived, so we've yet to see it.
Were so many people in the English market?
No.
No customers.
Just coming for the coffee and cake. We're not going around the art gallery looking at pictures, I'm afraid. But we're in Cork and just enjoying the ambience.
So we're now in the Crawford Garden Cafe in the middle of Cork.
Crawford Art Gallery.
Well, yes, but it's also the
The
garden,
garden.
cafe
Yeah.
at Cork Art Gallery. And Ines has just eaten half my bun, and I'm going to eat half
I'm
hers.
just about to eat the other.
At last we've found a place where there's very little traffic in. There is some useful there. Just here, there's an awful lot of cars. What is your recommendation, Ines?
Don't know yet. I'll show you in a minute.
The hard ride. You see the magnificent old building. He wants to let people know that that's the condition it was in. I remember seeing it like that. It was literally trees growing.
Then on to Cove and the Titanic exhibit. Teeming millions who left Cork for the New World.
He was the first immigrant to be processed on Ellis Island, New York, on the morning the Immigrant Inspection Station opened on the 1st of January 1892. I was born and raised in Cork City until the age of 17 when I departed from this port, Queenstown, on board the SS Nevada on the 20th of December 1891.
The original Titanic ticket office.
My younger brothers and I were on our way to join our parents and older brother in New York. We travelled for 12 long days in steerage. When we arrived, I was the first off the ship at Ellis Island, and I was greeted with great fanfare. I became somewhat of a celebrity. Thank you for calling by. God bless.
This town was originally named Cove, like the Cove of Cork, but we changed the name to Queenstown in the 1800s when the Queen of England came over here. So we renamed it in her honor, pretty much, you know.
Philadelphia mining heir Benjamin Guggenheim is also travelling, accompanied by his valet, chauffeur, a maid, and a French lady friend. And of course there is Isidore Strauss, the owner of the famous Macy's department store.
This morning we're off to Bantry House, just sitting on the bus waiting for the last participant. Entrance is impressive.
So it's setting up the stables, the access stables up there, is it?
These portraits, because these are all family members, most of whom have lived here in the house or owned the house at some point. So to begin with, the house was built as Blackrock House in about 1690 by a gentleman called Samuel Hutchinson. And before the house was here, there was a great big black rock that projected from the top of our steps, you probably saw those, all the way down into the sea with a cliff face. And that was called the Black Rock. It had to be levelled to build the house upon it. That big black rock actually originally was the border between two tribes, two chiefdoms who were warring, the McCarthys and the O'Sullivans. So this has been quite a turbulent era over many, many centuries. And this house was built upon this site 1690. Very simple square shape when it was first built, not at all as it is today. Very little of the original house can be seen above the ground now. But what you can see from where you are two alcoves. Can you see those? And those alcoves used to be staircases down to the kitchens beneath us. So we have the original 17th and 18th century kitchens beneath us. And this is where the servants used to pop up from to do their jobs above stairs. This one was converted in the 19th century to a strong room. where the family silver was kept, any committee to trust the banks with. So there'd always be a record of them in the house. They're not particularly well painted. They might look well painted, and they are certainly in the style of Gainsborough. But if you look, the hands are a little bit out of proportion to the body and the face, so we're told they're not particularly well painted, but I couldn't do any better. I was a stick man and stick woman if I could do so. So that's worked. So this is their interpretation of an Italian garden with the parterre, the fountain, and the steps, and there should have been a temple at the top. Each terrace should be visible for you to see with balustrades, minimal planting. It's not finished.
I think this place is absolutely enormous. I can't help but think that most of it's empty, but we've seen... They've had a...
Smile, please.
The view out from Bantry House into Bantry Bay. No yachts, or one or two on moorings, that's all. This is the stable block where the carriages were kept.
On the island, that's quite a nice place to just walk around. There's a viewpoint up there. The house is up to the left. They do guided tours, but they're quite limited. They're just a quarter past the hour. They're 45 minutes in length, and they take 10 people, and all it is a first come, first served system. But if you wanted to do that, it would be quarter past, and it would be 45 minutes in length. And it just takes in the history. The gardens are the main thing as well, you know. Is that okay with everybody? So you have Italian garden up the steps and the wall garden up the path. Okay?
Well, I'm just going up to see the temple, the Grecian temple.
Listed as a Grecian temple, but really a gazebo. A gazebo is a place where a view can be partaken. It's the Greek temple or gazebo.
Glengarriff, where Ines anchored some 30 years ago.
So I'm not sure whether it was worth the climb.
The view from the top of the Martello Tower on Glengarriff Island.
This is Bryce House on Garnish Island.
So we leave this rather splendid hotel at Ross Carberry with a nice bar, nice rooms, splendid reception and lounge area. The conveyor of the party through this awful week are these strange people who you've had.
It was my pleasure driving you around my country, and I hope you felt safe. I wish you well. I wish you a safe journey home. I was delighted to have.
I think Ireland is wonderful.
Should we come back?
Yes.